Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live. I'm going to talk today about one of my clients. Her name is Paula, and she has been working with me for about 3 months now. And the title of this live is how Paula went from feeling insecure, weak, embarrassed, these are her words, into feeling absolutely courageous in one session, in 60 minutes. And the thing that's so incredible about this, I know, I think back to like before I started doing all of this work, my sound bowls are playing themselves. Did you hear that? Um, if I would have heard this, a decade ago, I would call bullshit, honestly. I would think, how is that possible? Um, and I think that's why I am so good at what I do. Not only do I have, I was writing up my bio yesterday for a new thing that I'm doing. And the first line that I said was, yeah, I have all of the letters behind my name, and I have the certifications and the licenses and the degrees and all of that. But that's great, right? The accolades, I have the knowledge, I have the proof of work. But really, the proof of work is the results that my clients truly get. So I can see Facebook is finally letting people know that I am live here. So if you're hopping on with me, I would love to know who you are. If you want to comment down below, I always just send a little extra love out to you. And on the replay as well, you could just say replay and I will send out some extra love to you as well. So Paula is meant to be here right now. We scheduled this so we could do a live with her and she could share with you firsthand account her experience working with me and what it's been like. And she's running a little late. So if she's able to make it, amazing. She will hop in here and I'll just add her right into the live. And if not, I'm just going to kind of riff and I'm just going to talk about the journey and about her journey. And it feels good to share that everything I ever share publicly, whether it's on Facebook or I have a YouTube channel. Sometimes I forget to talk about that. Instagram, TikTok. I'm learning to get into TikTok. Whatever it might be, if I say it out loud and I share it publicly, it is 100% because my client has given me permission, has encouraged me to do so. I work with many, many clients who don't share and don't wish for me to share this out loud. And so I never schedule a live with them. I never share their story publicly, and that's a-okay. My how do I want to say this? My first priority is your comforts and you feeling safe, because many of the clients that work with me say stuff out loud that they have never said out loud before, not even to therapists, not to their partners. They get to that point where it's like, I'm finally ready. I'm ready to make this wholehearted commitment and this journey inward to myself, because I know that's the only way through, is for me to finally admit that, it's going to take someone on the outside of me for now until I can reflect and look inward. So, in talking about Paula and thinking about Paula, I'm kind of looking over here at the notes that I made as we did the session with her. We use a SUD scale. So a SUD scale is just a way that we can measure emotions. We can measure feelings, right? And one of my main objectives when I get on a call with someone, whether it's Zoom or someone's coming in studio with me personally, is to really meet them where they're at. Because so often we know what we don't want, right? So even if I were to ask you right now, what do you want? You're probably very aware of what you don't want. You're probably very aware of the things that are holding you back, right? The non-commitment, the constant kind of just like putting things off. I can't even think of the term for that, but putting things off. And so what is it that you want though? And so that just brings some stuff into focus. Sure, we know what we don't want. So even just like in that, tap into your heart and ask yourself, what is it that I want? And is that where my focus has been? Am I been focused on where it is that I'm going, what I desire? Has my focus been on what I'm not getting, what I'm not seeing, what I'm not achieving? And sometimes that is just enough. Like if you can see this picture over over my shoulder. It's always the opposite in Zoom. It's like it flips you backwards. But, am I focused on standing right here and never walking out to the water, and focused on never getting to the water? I never get to the water. I never get to the water. I want to feel the water. Or am I focused on the end of the pier? I can walk to the edge and I can jump into the water. And so this is my genius, is I am able to sit with my clients, and in less than a session, and my sessions are typically 90 minutes long. Honestly, it doesn't take that long, right? It doesn't, like, time doesn't exist anyways. So I'm able to see really quickly the subconscious patterns that are running, that are reiterating in the brain and the ego and the very humaneness that makes us us, and be able to get to the nitty gritty and rewrite programs for decades long. This is why so many of my clients say after working with me, it was like the equivalent of working literally with the therapist for years and years and years and years and years and years, and other modalities and other healing sessions and other programs and other self-help books and other weekend retreats and all of the things. So I just want to share that when Paula did this session with me, she rated herself feeling insecure was the main emotion. Feeling insecure, embarrassed, like she was wrong, and weak. And I asked her to rate that on a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 was null. She wasn't feeling that at all. 10 was off the charts. I can't stand it. I'm feeling so incredibly insecure, embarrassed, like I'm always wrong. I don't want to raise my hand. This was the thing. She didn't want to, it's the boardroom thing. Like I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing. And so she rated it an 8 out of 10. That's pretty high. That's how we entered the session. And in less than 60 minutes, through a process that I took her through, and there's many different modalities that I utilize, and I, depending on the client, depending on where they're at, like I said, I meet them where they're at, that I was able to take her through. And so not only did she move to, well, I'll give you an example. About 20 minutes into the session, she was rating herself at about a 1 or 2. That's my quote, 1 or 2, on a scale of 0 to 10, where she'd move from an 8 to 1 or 2, of feeling insecure, embarrassed, wrong, and weak. And by the end of the session, which was just under an hour, she had gone to the 0, null, not feeling. She had released all feelings of insecure, feeling weak, feeling wrong. And she had 100%, she had gone to a 10, off the charts, feeling courageous. And I'll share with you, maybe I'll share that for her to share with you some of the things that she did, because this is great to talk about this, right? Like to use it in a way of rating emotions. So to go from an 8 of feeling insecure to completely releasing all feelings of insecure, and off the charts now, courageous, brave, strong, right? To go there. But then how does this translate into real life? And this is stuff that the results remain. We're talking about reconditioning the way that the brain works. So it's not like, how, I don't know, sometimes I'm thinking back to like when I would watch like a self-help guru or something like that. And I'd be like, yeah, I could do that, right? Like you get pumped up. But then real life starts to kind of set back in, and you're right back at square one, if not even worse, because now you know what it feels like to be really pumped up and excited to move into your future. And so the results here, they last. This is just her new status quo. And so she did some really fun things. I'll share, because I'll reschedule this interview when she can be here live and she can share what she did next in this courageous step, in this courageous atmosphere, in this new courageous status quo that she lives in. Now, let's talk about the real life scenarios, right? She's at a 10, feeling courageous. This is the way that the brain has now been reprogrammed, reconditioned. It is her status quo. Does that mean that she's not going to have some moments of feeling insecure? Absolutely not. She's human. She's going to have some moments of feeling insecure, but the main thing is she's going to bounce back really quickly. She's going to feel the insecurity. She has the tools. She knows what it feels like to feel insecure. And I'm kind of getting into the logistics of what I teach. And she, within 15 seconds, can get herself right back into feeling courageous. This is what I teach. And so I've kind of been marinating in all of this, and I've just been enjoying getting ready to teach my next round. We start on 8/8. So this coming Monday, August 8th, we start. And the focus is around the physical body. Now, we're talking about emotions. We're talking about emotional mastery. So if you're someone who is so sick and tired of feeling like, when's it going to be my turn? When am I going to get the breakthrough? Like what's coming up for me right now is so many clients, especially because I teach Pilates as well, right? So many times I hear, well, I just need to cut out carbs. I just need to try out this program. I just need to do this nutritional weight loss thing, this challenge. I need to drink more water. I need to cut out sugar, like all of the things. And the answer is yes, but, or yes, and these are all things that are on the outside of you. What you are manifesting in your world, which starts in your physical body. The first manifestation is your physical body. So if you're not living in a body that you absolutely love, like you feel like you're moving and grooving in, then there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between what you're thinking and what you're feeling. So you can attempt to trick yourself by going on another diet or doing all of these other things on the outside of us. I saw an advertisement yesterday and it was so crazy to me. It was like these electric stimuluses that you put on the outside of you, like on your abdomen, on your abs, and it contracts really hard and then releases. And then it contracts really hard. And when it contracts, it forces your muscles to contract like you're working out. And I just thought, it's fascinating to me because we're living in a world where we are consistently seeking something on the outside of us to give us the answers. And here I am telling you, you already possess absolutely everything you need to not only heal your life, but create your life. It's already mapped out in you. It's in your soul's contract with Source, the universe, with God, Goddess. It already is. It already exists. You already have these patterns laid out for you. There's a reason why DNA, now we know, a decade ago, I was told to me that the DNA, the different genomes, that are genes that are expressed, are just, they are, right? They just, and not just to me, but this is science. And maybe even 15 years ago, that the way that genes are expressed is just the way they express. It is what it is. Now we know that's not true. Different genes can be turned on and turned off. This is science. Through our environment, through the way that we think and we feel, you can literally activate a gene that has been laying dormant in your body, in your DNA. And you can turn off genes that have been activated. So this is like my rabbit trail moment for the day, I guess, or not for the day, but definitely just for the moment. So let's come back to this apparatus thing, this advertisement I saw that was like, you attach this belt and it contracts your muscles really hard. And so you contract your abdominals really hard and then it releases. This is something on the outside of you coming in. Why not just contract your abdominals? Because when you have something on the outside of you, and this is an analogy that I know I can feel you're picking up what I'm putting down here. When you have something on the outside of you telling you contract your abs, and you contract your abs because of this outside stimulus, there's a disconnect. There's a physical reaction, but mentally and emotionally what's going on, there is a disconnect. And so the results are going to be temporary. You're tricking your body. This is what happens when you start a new diet, when you do a different program, when you sign up with a different nutritionist, even a different trainer, because it's something on the outside of you. Until you can connect, until you learn how to connect what you are thinking and what you are feeling. This is the heart-mind coherence. When that is in alignment, your body moves into a natural alkaline state, the way that it's meant to be. It's homeostasis. And when your body moves to its own natural homeostasis, it has its own vehicle for your soul. It houses your soul. then the body naturally will move to the place that it's meant to move to, meaning it will no longer be underweight. It will no longer be overweight. It will no longer carry the aches and the pains. These aren't the diagnoses that we're giving. We can give the diagnoses, right? We can say that it's X, Y, and Z, but we now know that's just a term. It's just something we're calling it. But the root issue is what's going on inside, how you're thinking and how you're feeling. And until you're ready to decide that you're ready to bring that into coherence, you're ready to say, okay, it's my turn. I choose me. I choose my soul's contract. I choose to live the life that I had decided I was going to live before I ever came here on earth. You chose this life. You chose who you are. You chose the experiences. You chose the partners. You chose the parents. You chose the children. You chose this. And now it's a matter of remembering. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good to like say out loud and to know, right? We have a contract. We have a soul's contract. And it's something that is already mapped out. It already exists. It already is. And so, and so it is. All right. I'm excited for my client, Paula, to come on and share her story. I'm definitely going to reschedule this live and we can do that. But if you're being called, if you're being pulled to join us in this next round, again, we start on August 8th. I am doing a bunch of different bonuses. So you need to be signed up by August 8th in order to get the bonuses. I'll share that in a little bit. I'm going to do some announcements later on. I think we have officially 9 people that are signed up right now. I'm capping it at 12. I want to keep this group intimate because you have access to me every single day. And that's what it takes to get the true transmutation, right? It's not this quick fix thing where you're going to get hyped up and you're going to learn something only to never go back to it again. How many times have we done that? How many times have you done that? Have you signed up for something? This is going to be the thing, only to learn a bunch of strategies that you don't apply, or you apply and they don't work. There's a reason why. There's an undercurrent to it. So, and that's what I teach you. It's a literal step by steps. It's the how-tos. It's how to apply, how to stop procrastinating. That's the P word I was thinking of earlier. How to stop procrastinating, how to step out of overwhelm, how to release the stress. Whew. And how to really create the life that you are not only desiring, but you're designed to experience. So start on August 8th. I have a link. I will drop it in the, maybe I'll drop it in the comments down below and up above in the actual title box. You can click it. You can get signed up. You can reach out to me. We can have a conversation. And I would love to have you join us. All right, everyone. Have an amazing day. And just notice your feelings, notice your emotions, notice the next time you're feeling anything other than you would rather feel. And what's your response? Do you push through? Do you hustle through? Do you keep going? And that's something that I can help you to learn how to shift in less than 15 seconds. All right. See you soon.